Welcome to Silent Apexx. This channel is built for those who value silence over noise, discipline over validation, and depth over performance. Here we don't chase attention. We study behavior, psychology, and the quiet patterns that shape real power. If you're listening to this, it's likely because you've noticed something most people miss, that some men disappear, and when they do, they never return. No arguments, no explanations, no closure. Today we explore why Sigma men don't come back once they walk away. Not out of ego, not out of bitterness, but because of how they are wired. This isn't about revenge or emotional games. It's about self-respect, clarity, and irreversible decisions. Let's begin. Reason 1. They leave after clarity, not emotion. Most people leave emotionally. They storm out, react, or disappear temporarily, hoping to be chased. Sigma men don't do that. When a Sigma walks away, it's rarely impulsive. It happens after observation, reflection, and internal debate that no one ever sees. Long before he leaves physically, he has already left mentally. He has noticed patterns: disrespect repeated, misalignment ignored, promises broken. He does not announce these realizations. He processes them in silence. So when he finally leaves, there is no confusion inside him, no what if, no curiosity pulling him back. He is not running from pain. He is moving toward clarity, and clarity doesn't look back. Reason 2. Sigmas don't seek closure from others. Most people need closure from conversation. They need explanations, apologies, reassurance, or emotional resolution. Sigma men create closure internally. Once they understand why something no longer aligns, they close the chapter themselves. They don't wait for permission to move on. They don't need the other person to understand. They understand. That internal closure is powerful because it removes the need to return. There is nothing left to say, nothing left to prove. Returning would mean reopening something they already resolved. And Sigma men don't reopen closed doors. Reason 3, they don't leave to be missed. Many people leave hoping to trigger regret. They disappear to create fear of loss. They want a reaction. Sigma men don't disappear to be noticed. They disappear because staying would cost them their self-respect. This distinction matters. When someone leaves to be missed, they are still emotionally attached. When a Sigma leaves, attachment has already dissolved. He doesn't check if he's being talked about. He doesn't monitor reactions. He doesn't wait for a message because his decision wasn't strategic. It was final. Returning would mean betraying himself, and that's something he refuses to do. Reason 4. They respect their own boundaries too much. Sigma men have strong internal boundaries. Not loud ones, not dramatic ones, quiet, immovable ones. Once a boundary is crossed too many times, it stops being a discussion and becomes a conclusion. They don't argue about respect. They don't negotiate self-worth. They don't explain why something hurt them repeatedly. They simply remove access. And once access is removed, it stays removed. Coming back would mean allowing the same boundary to be crossed again. And Sigma men don't teach people how to disrespect them twice. Reason 4. They respect their own boundaries too much. Sigma men have strong internal boundaries. Not loud ones, not dramatic ones, quiet, immovable ones. Once a boundary is crossed too many times, it stops being a discussion and becomes a conclusion. They don't argue about respect. They don't negotiate self-worth. They don't explain why something hurt them repeatedly. They simply remove access. And once access is removed, it stays removed. Coming back would mean allowing the same boundary to be crossed again. And Sigma men don't teach people how to disrespect them twice. Reason 6. They value momentum over comfort. Sigma men are always moving forward internally. Even when life looks calm on the outside, there is direction underneath. When they walk away, they immediately redirect their energy into discipline, into structure, into purpose. Returning would mean stepping backward. And Sigma men don't trade progress for familiarity. Comfort is tempting, but stagnation is dangerous. They would rather face uncertainty alone than return to a situation that limits growth. Once momentum is established, looking back feels unnatural. Reason 7. They don't need to prove anything. Many people return to prove they were right, to show growth, to be seen differently. Sigma men don't seek validation through return. They don't need acknowledgement. They don't need recognition. They don't need to be understood. Their growth is for themselves, not for an audience. They don't come back stronger to impress. They move forward stronger to remain aligned. Silence is their signature. The final truth: Sigma men don't disappear because they are cold. They disappear because they are decisive. They don't punish. They don't manipulate. They don't threaten absence. They simply leave when staying no longer aligns with who they are becoming. And when a man leaves from alignment, there is no reason to return. Outro, Silent Apexx. If this resonated, it's because you've either lived it or you're beginning to understand it. This channel exists for those who don't need noise to feel powerful, for those who choose discipline over attention, for those who build quietly. If you found value here, like this video. Subscribe to Silent Apexx for more cinematic stories about the Sigma mindset, self-mastery, and moving in silence. And if you want to go deeper, check the other videos on this channel. They are not made to entertain the crowd. They are made to align those who are already walking this path. Move deliberately, protect your focus, and when it's time to leave, leave without looking back. Move in silence.